everyone, welcome to today's episode of Jeporevolution, the game show where you answer questions about the American Revolution. Here's our host.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I am host nondescript God character. Thank you. Now, our contestants.
Hey, I'm Gregory George, and I went to 1 year of Harvard, so I should ace this little game you have here.
Hello there. I'm Sir Vanderbilt, and I know everything about your Americans' history, so I am certain that I will win, even against Frenchie over there.
Hey, I'm Liz. I'm just here for a free $10 Chipotle voucher.
All right, those are our contestants. Now, on to the categories. The Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, federalism, our government, the responsibility of our citizens, and the Bill of Rights and the amendments. Frenchie, we will have you go first.
What is the Declaration for 200?
What are 3 grievances listed in the Constitution?
The one from that McDonald's commercial, the Mayflower, and the lack of baguettes.
Oh, so sorry. That was really close on the one, Bread Man, but here's the answer. Now to show you, explainer.
No, a few grievances of the... Yeah, he imposed taxes on the colonists without any representation in Congress. He made them feed and clothe the soldiers with the Quartering Act, and he cut off the trade with the entire world. He also let Indian savages live on their land, even gave most of their land away to them. He also sent soldiers to harass the colonists in the Proclamation of 1763.
Well, Vander, you're up next.
Oh, yes. What? I'll go with the Declaration of Independence for 300.
How do the colonists separate themselves from King George?
Oh, what is the Declaration of Independence?
Well, technically you're right. You sound like if crumpets could talk, so incorrect.
But that's just my accent. How dare you?
All right, boring one. You're up next.
Huh? Oh, I'll take Declaration for 400.
What day did the colonists mail the Declaration of Independence to the king?
Oh, I know. Would it be July 1775?
I am sorry, that is incorrect. But that was an actual answer, so good job. They mailed it in July 1776. All right, first round done, and we're at a total of 0 points. Round 2, Georgie, we'll have you start.
Articles of Confederation for 300.
Name 2 weaknesses in the Articles of Confederation.
Baguettes.
Clock is ticking. What's your second weakness?
No power to help the military.
Second one was correct, but what the heck are you thinking on the first one?
It's actually a disorder that affects 1 in 4 French citizens. It's called baguette disorder.
I'm pretty sure that's not true. I think you're just making fun of French people.
Okay, then. Moving on. Liz, it is your turn.
Baguette, croissant, Eiffel Tower, macaroons, champagne.
Okay, I guess I'll take the Articles of Confederation for 100.
What are the Articles of Confederation?
Were they like laws to give people time to actually get the Constitution together or something?
Yeah, actually, that's what they were. Good job. Vanderbuckles, you are up next.
I'll go with the Articles of Confederation for 500.
Why did the creators of the Articles of Confederation create such a weak government?
Because they weren't that smart. Duh, give me a harder question next time. No, actually, the creators of the Articles of Confederation created a weak government because they feared that if the government was too strong, the leaders would end up with too power hungry, like their king. A couple weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation were Congress had no power to collect the taxes, which was the main source of protection, and every single state had to agree to change a law.
Hey, yo, Georgie, it's your turn. Try not to mess this one up.
I'll take the Constitution for 200.
What is the Constitution?
It's a really serious government thing that makes laws or declares wars.
Well, you're right that it's serious, but it does neither of those things. A constitution is a body of fundamental principles or established precepts that explain how states or organizations' governments work.
You got that definition from the internet, didn't you?
Moving on. Okay, Vanderborg, you are up.
I will take, what is a constitution for 300?
Why was the Constitution created?
It was a way to control obesity. Ha ha, got 'em!
Oh, low blow, and also incorrect.
I'm pretty sure that's right. I know my history.
That is not history, and Liz, it is your turn.
I'll take federalism for 100.
Your question is, what is federalism?
It's a thing with the state laws and the country laws, right?
Close, but incorrect. Forgot to add the 3 branches of government and the checks and balances. Gregory, you're up.
I'll take federalism for 400.
Okay, Gregory, what is federalism?
That one, that's the one with the guys in the presidential cabinet.
Well, you're wrong, but I'm surprised you knew that much. Federalism is a type of government where the same area is controlled by 2 powers, usually local stuff for one and a bigger government for the other.
Wow, that's interesting.
All right, Vander, you are up.
I will take federalism for 300.
Name 2 powers that the state and federal government both share.
Well, this is obvious. Both can govern stuff.
Well, technically you're right, but we asked for 2, so explainer?
No. They can both impose laws on their citizens, and they can also tax people in the places that they govern.
Moving on, Liz, your turn.
I'll take our government for 200.
What is the basic structure of the federal government?
Well, it has 3 branches: legislative, executive, and judicial.
That's correct. Good job. Okay, moving on. Greg, it's your turn.
I'll take our government for 100.
What is the basic structure of Vermont's government?
What is this Vermont you speak of, and where does he live?
Vermont's a U.S. state, and that's not a structure.
Oh, well, in that case, Vermont has 3 separate branches. The executive, the bicameral General Assembly, consisting of a state of 30 elected members, and the House of Representatives, of 150 elected members, and the judiciary.
Wow, glad you knew that off the top of your head. Now we're gonna have a speed round. Speed?
What's the job of the legislative branch?
That's the one where everyone meets, like Thanksgiving.
What? No. The legislative branch, also known as Congress, writes and passes all federal laws. Congress consists of 2 houses, the House of Reps and the Senate.
What?
What's the job and function of the executive branch? That's the one where the big kahuna is, and his shelf. You mean the president and the cabinet. The executive branch. The jobs of this branch include executive orders, vetoes, appointing federal judges, and appointing the heads of federal agencies, also known as the president's cabinet. The president is also the commander-in-chief of the military. Sounds a lot more complicated than we have in England, but alas, that's what you Americans do. It's really not. What's the job and function of the judicial branch?
Oh, it's the one with the courts and the mega courts.
Yeah, that's basically correct. They're called the Supreme Courts and other federal courts, so you get 100 points.
Okay, you're on it over. Gregory Jeporevolution, you are up.
I'll take the Bill of Rights for 100.
What are the Bill of Rights?
The Bill of Rights is the law where you have the right to animal lives.
Oh, you mean the right to bear arms? That is not what it means.
The right to bear arms is part of the Bill of Rights, which are the first 10 amendments to the Constitution.
Sir Vanderbilt, you are up. What question do you want?
I will take the Bill of Rights and the amendments for 400.
What is the 3/5 compromise?
The three-fifths compromise was the idea that a slave counted as three-fifths of a person. It was made because the federal government had to do taxing and figure out how many representatives each state needed, so they had to know the population in order to determine these things. But the writers of the Constitution didn't know whether to include slaves in that count, so the compromise was to count slaves as three-fifths of a person.
That's very good. Correct for the first time. But Liz, you're up for the last question on the board. What are two benefits of being an American citizen?
Oh, well, you have the ability to vote and the ability to give your children citizenship, right?
Woohoo! That is correct. But don't celebrate just yet. Because we have the final Jeopardy!
The final Jeopardy question is, how powerful is the executive order? You have 30 seconds.
Trick question, it does nothing.
Wrong!
It is medium power and it needs to be approved by Congress.
Wrong!
It's stupid, broken.
That is correct! You are the winner! Oh, money, 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 money! Oh! Tens and hundreds and also a 500! Handshake me! Shake my hand!